Well, we're interested in engaging people actually as early as possible, so we reach back all the way into junior high school and even elementary school when possible. The idea is to really connect people with the opportunities of STEM, recognizing in some cases they already do STEM, they just don't know that they do, and then recognizing that they not only know it, but can apply it to things that are really important to them. So whether it's in elementary school, junior high school, college, looking at STEM as a viable opportunity for anybody, and then being able to use that for something that they care about, because that's really the big deal. How do you not only take STEM, but recognize that it's something that's important and can be used in things that are valuable to the individual? Certainly. Well, one of the points was that everything is local. In other words, the idea that whether it's STEM or economic development or enterprise, it has its own flavor, and that people need to recognize that their pursuits are what's important and that the opportunities stem out of that. So what works in Silicon Valley doesn't necessarily work in Oman. And how do you actually recognize what your special flavor is in a country like Oman, and then use the principles of entrepreneurship to your best advantage? Special flavor important, there's several of them actually. One of them, and this is the big distinction between a place like Silicon Valley and Portland, is that we have our more relaxed way of doing things. We don't aspire to spend all of our working hours inside of a company. But we also find that we care a lot about our environment. So we spend our time in our businesses, but then we actually spend a lot of time volunteering for things that are important in the community. And this is actually something I found that's common here in Oman too. People care about their community, so I think there's an opportunity to leverage that effectively. Another is our interest in education. We recognize that education is very important, and it's really the way that we leverage change in our community. So when we're talking specifically about more diverse communities, we see that education is the vector that we can use to influence a different outcome. So part of it's connecting people with what they may not know that they don't know. Other is about letting people see what people are doing that they may not already see. So how do we actually connect those things? And in a place like Portland, we talk about those a lot. And it's really funny because having gone from a Silicon Valley area to a Portland area and being able to sit down and have these conversations with other people in Portland, it's great because we never stop to talk about these things so much in Silicon Valley. I'd say one of the things that surprised me that came up was the willingness of some of our participants to talk about subjects that might have been sensitive. So you have people that are obviously government officials in the audience, and they're willing to bring up the conversations around the programs that are in play, how they're impacting entrepreneurs, and what they might be willing to do, recognizing that they might be on camera, being recorded, and people are going to take that into account next time they say that they did something or didn't do something. So I found that was like, wow, they're really willing to have those conversations. And I thought that was great because those conversations are the ones that actually are the groundwork of change. I'd say that, again, that it's all about local, and that you have to understand what your special sauce is, because without that, the rest of it doesn't really matter.